It's time for the daily edition of Litter Media Live on this August 10th, 2023, with the icon, Mike Smith. I'm Dan Ramey.
I'm nodding as if I've accepted that moniker now.
Yeah. Well, you should salute, you should say. That's
Tip
me.
of the cap, yeah.
Welcome to the program. I had yesterday off, got to spend time with Amelia, and I was learning that I'm not supposed to call her baby Amelia anymore.
Oh, is that right? We're growing up.
There was a moment she said, well, I was cleaning up around where she was having some, I can't remember what it was she was eating, but I was cleaning off the counter, and she goes, "Don't call me a baby." I said, "Well, I didn't call you a baby. What are you talking about?" And before she comes out with, "I'm a toddler."
Oh, excuse me. Oh, wow.
But later I said, "Now, baby, you can't do this," and there was no problem. But so I think for those of you who follow her on Facebook as Baby Amelia's World, I think that's going to have to change here to Toddler Amelia's World at some point in time.
The funny thing is my daughter's in her early 30s now, and I still say, "Hey, baby." So
Yeah.
maybe that goes around in a circle or something, and you get away from it and you come back to it. And
Well, when she comes back, as opposed to Dad, she says, "Hey, old man."
yeah, that's where my
we're
parents
getting it.
would have put the foot down or up, one or the other. Yeah, my dad would not have taken that at all. That Air Force size 10 would have been right up
That Air Force boot coming right at you. All right, coming up, we'll take a look at what's going on with news here locally. We had a reveal today. It wasn't a gender reveal, but we had a college commitment reveal this morning. We've never done that before, so it was pretty cool to experience that. We'll tell you more about it if you missed it. And this date in history today will take us to...
We're going back to 1793. And it's not dealing with the American Revolution.
Okay. But for some reason, the Da Vinci Code comes to mind.
Yeah. But it does have something to do with somebody else's revolution, in a way, in an artistic way, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, stay tuned and it'll come to you. I've just got you going around in circles.
Somebody's going,
about?
The clues were forever.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Da Vinci Code. We're tracking that down today. All right, but first, let's take a look at what the weather is doing for us, and not too bad.
Had some rain overnight. Frankfurt had half-inch of rain. I think you said you had a lot less than that.
Yeah, about an eighth of an inch.
They were telling this morning that up in the Madison County area, some of those areas had 3 to 4 inches of rain. So it seemed like the closer you were to Columbus, you maybe had a little bit more rain. No thunder or anything like that, but a nice shower for us overnight. We're going to see more partly sunny skies this afternoon. A nice day, especially if you're going to any of the county fairs in our area. High of 81. More sunshine tomorrow with a high of 84.
I have not decided what today has. I still have some catching up to do from going to the fair Thursday or Tuesday. I might go out to the fair today. I don't know yet. Haven't figured it out.
That's your call.
It is my call. So you may or may not see me today or tomorrow out at the Ross County Fair. But I do know there's a new exit strategy that we saw yesterday.
By the way, let me just give you a little hint here. Gate 2 pass.
Yes.
Don't turn. Just keep going straight and go to the general parking because you go all the way around the fairgrounds and you end up in the general parking area.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they'll have that front gate open when you're leaving, and they'll let you kind of slide out. But it wasn't like that the other day. And you got to see the entire campground and all the golf carts, dodging them all as you're going to and fro. I was talking with someone, was it yesterday or the night before? Oh, it was at the Paints game Tuesday night, about how large the community is inside the fairgrounds. And I told him, I said, it's the second largest city in Chillicothe, in Ross County.
Ross County.
And they were like, Well, I kind of believe that. There's a lot of campers out there. I said, yes, there are. So those of you that are waking up at the Ross County Fairgrounds, first of all, it's almost noon, so what are you waking up this time? But jumping into a lot of things. We'll take a look at what's happening at the fair coming up here in just a moment. But first, let's take a moment to talk about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They were shelling out bucks at the apple pie event the other night, and got that grand prize winner. Congratulations. And they do more than apple pie buying. They make sure your heating is working, your cooling is working, and your plumbing is working as well. And they also pour things back into the community like they did with the apple pie purchase as well. You want to find out more about Accurate and their services? Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website. And you can just say the same for all of the ads that you see on our website. Click on that. It takes you right to our sponsors so you can learn more about what they're doing and supporting us as well. Thank you for your support. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. News next.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
Coming up in just a moment, we'll take a look at sports. But first, we start with what is making news across the Scioto Valley today.
Well, we're still talking county fairs. Yesterday I had a chance to go out and visit with the Junior Fair Livestock Sale Committee Chair. We do this each year for many, many years. We spoke to our good friend, the late Dan Winters, when Dan stepped away before he really stepped away from this world. Chris Hooks took over this, and Chris runs down the schedule. If you go to our interview on Litter Media Facebook and or Twitter, you'll get the full rundown. But today is the first day of the sales. It always starts with the hog sales. That's at 6 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow at 6, it's the goat, lamb, dairy, and beef. And Saturday at 9 a.m., it's turkey, chicken, and rabbit sale. Rabbit season.
It's rabbit season. Did he mention how many head of swine they have?
He mentions all of them.
Okay.
We go through each category. Turkeys, that's something new this year. Rabbits is what's just taken off. They've got, I think, 400 plus.
Literally. I mean, they do anyway, right?
Years ago, hogs were the popular thing to take, but they have gone down. And he says in the interview, the smaller animals, it's getting easier to take, so that's what the kids are up to.
But wabbits are so wascally.
Wabbits are wascally, yes, yes, indeed. And also a new way of, if you're a buyer, you'll be getting your bill from the auction company. Chris explains all of that in the interview. Full schedule along with the sale. Huntington Band out there today. Chillicothe Marching Band was out there yesterday. Antique Tractor Parade. Of course, as we said, the Junior Swine Sale and the Grandstand Entertainment. I'm blocked out by the camera. You'll have to do
Thunder Bump and Run Race. I don't know what that is.
That's intriguing. Has an intriguing sound to it.
Just the word thunder, first of all. But then bump and run race, we see a lot of that already.
Sounds like a football passing pattern, bump and run, Scioto County Fair down in Lucasville, they're still going today, and here's their Thursday schedule. They have a high school band showcase.
Yeah.
You ever seen anything like that at a county fair?
Yes, at the Fairfield County Fair. They have basically every high school marching band within the Fairfield County area comes and performs. You can see video of that from, I think, 2018 or 2019 on our YouTube channel. And those kids are graduated now, most of them. So, but yeah, I have seen that before.
That's kind of neat. So check that out down in Lucasville at the Scioto County Fair. Yesterday, I had a chance to talk with Tom Kitchen on our Little Media Pickaway County Special Edition. Tom is the new superintendent of the Pickaway County Educational Service Center. You might remember he was the assistant superintendent at the Ross Pike Educational Service Center, but he's now up in Pickaway County, replacing longtime superintendent Ty Ankrum, who recently retired. That's a name in education that goes back a long way in Pickaway County, Ty Ankrum. Chillicothe Marching Cavaliers will have their final car wash fundraiser of the summer, and it's this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Advance Auto Parts on Bridge Street. You can see they had one back on mid-July, but this one, this Saturday, is their final one of the summer.
They were out to the Paints game on Fan Appreciation Night, and they were playing before the game. And I didn't get the chance to talk to Michelle Carpenter. Well, it's not Michelle Carpenter anymore. Isn't that horrible? I said it too fast. I can't think of her married name now. But I did get a chance to talk with some of the marching band officials. The kids are ready to rock and roll.
I bet so, yeah. And again, they were out at the fair yesterday.
Michelle Turon.
Michelle Turon.
Yes.
Gotcha. The Courthouse Cruise-In will be held in Washington Courthouse also this Saturday. That runs from 5 to 9 p.m. It'll be fun in the streets near the downtown county courthouse. Classic cars, classic rock, garage-style bands by the group Dumbfounded. That's an interesting name.
Sounds like a band you and I'd be in.
Exactly, yeah, Dumbfounded. But that's coming up in Washington Courthouse this Saturday evening.
Wonder if they'll go through the Cavalier car wash first and then head on over to the cruise.
Well, some of them, maybe from this neck of the woods, may do that indeed. But if you have a convertible, make sure you put your hood up. Or your roof up before you get your car washed. Pickaway County Ag Society conducts their Gunapalooza from noon until 8 p.m. This will be on Saturday, August the 19th. That's at the Pickaway County Agricultural Center. Tickets on sale. And we had a question that came up on our social media about that yesterday, Dan, concerning background checks.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Well, there was a response from the Ag Society.
Okay.
And they said, yes, we do that.
Good.
At the sale. So it's a neat thing when people are respectful in their question, they get a respectful answer.
Well, and that's why when I replied to them that, that would be a question for, I tagged the Pickaway Ag Society, and so I'm glad they picked up on that because I forgot to follow up on it.
Yeah, there will be background checks. Tickets are available. We go back over to Washington Courthouse for the Fayette County Chamber of Commerce annual meeting and luncheon. A lot of chambers do an annual dinner, but this is a luncheon that they have on August the 24th at the Megan Building. That's on the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Seating and network begins at 11 a.m. that day with lunch at 11:30 a.m. Call the Fayette Chamber of Commerce for more information. And this is still a few weeks away, but this is a huge event in Ohio, especially in this part of the state. The 2023 Farm Science Review, which is over in the Molly Cairn Agricultural Center in London, Ohio, or just outside of London. This year, that will be on September 19th through the 21st. County extension offices from all over Ohio have tickets. In fact, if you hold your smartphone up to the QR code, I tried it myself last night, and yes, it works. It'll take you right to the OSU site where you can get your tickets.
I've never been to it. I've often thought about it, but I've never been to it. And look at that. It just popped open on my smartphone.
Yeah. Anything that deals with farming, even the farming sciences, it's really fascinating. A lot of the FFA, ag classes, that's an education. They get out of school to go over to that. So it is a big, big deal.
Pre-sale general admission, $10. I can tell you that from what popped up on the website from the QR code.
Yeah. So probably a little bit more at the gate. So save yourself some money by ordering tickets now. Our road report today over in Fairfield County, motorists can expect nightly ramp closure still at the I-70 State Route 256 interchange for paving. Work is taking place again overnight tonight from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then again on Sunday night, and that should be the last night, weather permitting, Sunday night, August the 13th. And those are your topics today, and some big sports news coming up. If you missed the interview about an hour ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you've seen that already, it's not so big, but it's like, wow, that's cool.
That's cool.
So congratulations to Kennedy Youngkin, who we will visit with here in just a moment. We'll relive what we visited with her about earlier in the morning. All right. On the way, we'll take a look also at this date in history, and I'm sure you've been funneling through your files. Can you funnel through files? You've been flipping through your files in your mind.
Flipping your files.
Yes, going through the Rolodex of what is in your brain about a radio moment. So we'll have that for you coming up as well. All right, but first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. If you've got a cleanup job that needs to be done, they do actually come and do some cleanup. They'll do demolition. Heck, they'll bring firewood to you probably if you need it. You want to find out more about their services, or if you just need a dumpster, Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389. And indeed, tell Carl that Dan and Mike sent you from Litter Media.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
At Rathkamp Financial, we offer customized investment solutions and superior client service. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Time now for sports, and we kind of go up to my neck of the woods, Asheville. There she is, leading her basketball team out. We had an opportunity to talk to Teays Valley senior forward Kennedy Youngkin earlier this morning, and she was happy to be here. We were happy to have her here as well.
Absolutely. That's Dad, and also the head coach, Trevor, on the right.
Teays Valley guy, did coach boys basketball at Westfall. But he has been the girls' basketball coach the last several years. And look, she's got that top zipped all the way up to her neck.
And it wasn't because it was that cold.
No, it's because she was going to tell us where she's going to school.
So it's East Tennessee State University and Kent State University.
So East Tennessee gives you the beauty of the Smoky Mountains.
Yes.
Kent State gives you the wonder and the cold of the wintertime.
Yes, very true.
Which is basketball season right there. Mid-American Conference plays at Ohio University, so you get a chance to kind of play close to home. East Tennessee State plays mostly in Tennessee, so it's a long road trip for Mom and Dad.
Yes, it is.
Let's find out where she's going to go.
So I am going to continue my academic and athletic career at East Tennessee State University.
Look at that. Blue and gold. She was down to the two of them, blue and gold. So,
yes.
East Tennessee State, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're going to make Mom and Dad drive.
Yes, yep. I sure am. Yeah.
What a moment for that kid, and Mom and Dad now know where they're going to go. And we've often talked about what it's like to start this new side of life. You and I never did that, Mike, but it's really cool to watch a kid go from being a high school star now to the next 4 years.
And that's a D1 school.
Yes. And Osh Brown was my most recent experience with that, to see this kid who had never really played organized basketball until her middle school years. And she was just a diamond in the rough. Next thing you know, she was dominant her senior year, goes on, plays at Ball State, and then gets the extra year of eligibility thanks to COVID, plays at Rutgers, and now she's playing professional basketball. So you don't know what's ahead for Kennedy, but it could be something, a similar path in some fashion.
And she has another year. She's a senior.
Yeah.
She'll be playing volleyball for Chase Valley, of course, basketball, and I think she said something about track maybe?
Yeah, potential to go back for track again this year. But you know what? The cool thing about this is getting a free education.
Yeah.
It's going to be neat to have that basketball traveling experience, but the education without a bill, that's huge for anybody.
Mom and Dad really appreciate it.
Yes. So congratulations to Kennedy.
Absolutely. So and
to Mom and Dad.
We'll get a chance probably to see her again during the fall and winter sports season. Now we go to baseball. The Paints Open Prospect League Championship Series action tonight against the Quincy Gems out in Quincy, Illinois. And that's a biggie. And remember, this is the best 2 out of 3. So Game 2 is coming back to Chillicothe on Saturday regardless. But wouldn't it be nice if the Paints could get a win tonight and then they could wrap it up with a sweep on Saturday night?
Yeah, because going to the game Saturday and then wrapping it up and having it all done helps me avoid missing church Sunday night. So
now, because that 6:35 is a Central Time start, that would make it 7:35 here.
Correct.
If you're wanting to follow them on the radio or on a website somewhere.
Or the PLTV that they have, the Prospect League television. I don't know if they'll do a special pricing for this or not. I know they have had some free television viewing, but often you have to buy a subscription plan for that.
So we've won some Prospect League titles before, but let's be a hog. It's hog sale tonight. Let's bring another one home. Yeah, for the Prospect League Championship Series. Reds had a 4-1 lead late in the game yesterday. Great pitching performance by starter Graham Ashcraft.
Let him go the distance.
The bullpen blows it again. 4-1 lead goes away. 5-4 loss. The Fish take the series 2 games out of 3. So the Reds now hit the road as they will go to Pittsburgh for they're off tonight, but they'll be taking on the Pirates. And don't let the Pirates record deceive you, because Florida was like 20 games under 500, and they took 2 out of 3, but the bullpen give the last 2 away.
Well, and the toughest thing about that is Pittsburgh was thumping on Cincinnati at the beginning of the season. We've not seen them during this stretch where everything's going well for them, and now they're bunched back into it again. Looking here at the standings and the wild card standings for the National League, the Reds now and the Cubs are a half game back of the Marlins, who now find themselves as the last team for the wild card.
Jeez. Yeah,
that's why I said you're going to have to win the division, I think, to get in. That's not the case because they do take 3 wild cards this year. But I still think you secure a spot if you win the division. I think it's the smart way to go.
Yeah. Look, the way the Cubs have been playing, they just may win the Central, but we'll keep our eye on it. Let's go north. The Guardians against the Blue Jays for the second day in a row, a 1-0 decision, but this time the Jays won it 1-0. The Guardians won it yesterday or the day before 1-0. So today, this afternoon, is the wrap-up of that series between the Guardians and the Blue Jays. Cleveland, they're still in the hunt for an American League Central title. But
they have to win because they are 9.5 games back in the wild card standings.
Yeah. So they, I think they're 4 or 5 under 500. Yeah. So we're whining about the Reds being 3 or 4 over, where they were 10 or 11. But Guardians in a tough spot there.
They would have to climb over the Angels, the Yankees, the Red Sox, Mariners, Blue Jays to get into the wild card.
Yeah.
So,
And not being one to want to rub anything in, but the Reds were talking about trading for some pitching, and there was some discussion of bringing back former reliever Michael Lorenzen, but for whatever reason they didn't think it was necessary.
Which I was against. I was in Nick Kroll's corner on this.
Yeah. Well, he's in my and everybody else's crawl now. Now this guy named Lorenzen yesterday becomes the 14th Philadelphia Philly to pitch a no-hitter as the Phillies get a big effort from Michael Lorenzen yesterday as a no-no pitched.
How about that? Congratulations to Michael. I really liked Michael when he was a part of the Red scheme, but I just wasn't thrilled about him coming back because I figured it was going to be maybe just for a year, and then he's off and doing something else, and the Reds would have had to give up too much to get him, I think, for a short-term fix.
And they said that, but they never, ever convey what was being asked. The only thing that the Reds would make public was that they were willing to trade Jonathan India for good pitching, but that didn't happen. Yeah. And then Jonathan, right after that, went on the disabled list with plantar fasciitis. So I think he's supposed to be back tomorrow night.
Which, had he been traded, I mean, think about the team that would have picked him up, then everyone would say, hey, where's the immediate impact of this guy?
Right.
What do you mean he's on the injured list?
Yeah.
You know?
Which may have been one of the things that killed any potential deal there.
Could possibly be the case. Yeah. But I still think the Reds have a good run in him here these last 7 weeks.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
It's for one thing, it's been fun having something to root for concerning the Reds this late in the year. It's been a long time.
Well, the tough thing is you've finally invested in them after kicking them to the curb for so long, and now you feel as though you've made the wrong choice.
Well, you feel let down when they're not. And it's not that they lose, but the way they lose.
Yeah.
Usually the bullpen, I referred to the bullpen as Sonny Sunoco. That was a Johnny Bench term years ago, and I think he was talking at the time about Clay Carroll. And Clay was a great reliever, but he must have been busting Clay's chops. He said, yeah, you're supposed to be putting out the fire, but you're putting gas on the fire.
Let me get this gas hose here and just spray it down.
Sonny Sunoco, yeah.
All right, this date in history, we go back to
1793.
This place is still around, though, right?
Get your paintbrushes out, folks.
All right. Sit close for all that coming up in just a moment, right after these words from our sponsors.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Hey, it's Jana Kramer inviting everybody out Friday, September 1st to the new ROCO Music Festival. It's going to be a blast. See you Friday, September 1st.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Thank you, Andy. And now...
Andy Hardy.
Oh, Andy. I was thinking Aunt B whenever it's... Yeah. All right, we're going back to 1793.
Yes. After more than 2 centuries as a royal palace, the Louvre is opened as a public museum in Paris by the French Revolutionary government.
This is really cool. I like this setting.
Yeah. Now, the pyramid, that was added later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the original palace there. The background is, though, the Louvre's collection is one of the richest art collections in the world, with artwork and artifacts representative of 11,000 years of human civilization and culture. The Louvre is opened up as more than just a royal palace on this date in 1793.
Never been.
It's a pretty place.
Would like to see it.
This is where Mona Lisa is, I believe.
Yes.
The painting of Mona Lisa, which has been stolen, I don't know how many times.
Too many times.
Yeah, I think they actually have. It's kind of like the Declaration of Independence in the National Archives. Every once in a while, they put a fake up.
Yeah.
It doesn't say it's a fake, but that's because for fear that, okay, if thieves don't know whether I'm getting the original, I just won't even take a chance. So, but the Mona Lisa, it actually has been stolen on a number of occasions, and always they find it or it's brought back. So
the Thomas Crown affair goes through all the intricacies of making a way to steal paintings and artwork and things like that. Ocean's 11 was always fun to watch just for those reasons. I'm sure it was not fun for those who are actually security.
Oh, right.
The ones who are supposed to protect all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to say, but I could imagine if you're watching a movie, it's like, dang, wait a second, we never thought about that being a possibility.
Yeah. Now, the Pink Panther diamond, that was not real. That was, I mean, not even fake. This was not even the thing. It was just made up. But there was a storyline there about how we steal this precious gem. So only Peter Sellers makes it funny on how you get that back. So.
However, let me tie this in for just a moment. The Chillicothe Paints will hope that they will steal a gem tonight.
Or steal one from the gems.
Yes.
Can we do it that way? Yeah.
And they're playing on a diamond.
Hey.
It's all jewelry based there, I guess. And they have the championship ring from last year.
Mm-hmm.
So why not get another one?
Absolutely.
Back-to-back Prospect League champions. That's what we're hoping for. I want to piggyback, if you don't mind, going back to the National League Central standings. The Reds are 2.5 games back of the Brewers. So are the Cubs. The difference is the Reds have one more win and one more loss than the Cubs do. So where they're missing 2 games, I don't know.
Yeah, I noticed that the other day.
So must be a couple of rainouts that need to be taken care of. So they're still within the hunt of the NL Central.
Oh, yeah.
They just need
We're not even in September yet.
Yeah, just kind of fine-tune some things and
win, baby.
Get out your Red's Big Machine screwdriver and take care of that.
What did Al Davis say? Just win,
just
baby.
win, baby.
Just win.
Yeah. All right, radio moment. What's filtering through your mind?
Yeah, actually, when sometimes I prepare some information for the next day, and at this date in history for tomorrow will play in to what I was thinking about a radio memory, not for today, but for tomorrow.
Okay.
So I can't use that one yet. I'll tell you about it off the air so you'll have time to think about it.
Okay.
We were talking here a few days ago about some of the dumbest things we've said accidentally on the air.
Yeah.
Well, this will pertain to some of the dumbest things we said not realizing we were on the air.
Oh, the old open mic syndrome.
Yeah, and I think if you're thinking, you might know where this day in history is going to be tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
But as far as a radio moment, of course, we're getting ready for high school football season, which is incredibly how time has gone so fast. A week from tomorrow will be a week away. Yeah. This was always, I know in radio, was the craziest time of the season. Probably in a lot of ways for you worse because of the commercials that had to be recorded the week of the first game.
Yeah, because nobody ever wanted Mike doing commercials.
Getting the coaches for the first time for the scoreboard show, getting all that's where my pain in the neck was,
and all the creative things that go into it, like putting together the billboards for opens and closes. If you used music beds, that sort of thing.
We used one music bed for the SVC for 20-some years.
Yeah.
And somebody had the idea, well, let's change it. Well, when we did, it's like everybody was saying, what happened to the – I mean, these were listeners. What happened to the opening?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like ABC with the Olympics. But everybody kept that, no matter what network. They kept that opening, but it started with ABC. And then, of course, Monday Night Football, that country, was it Hank Williams
Hank
Jr.?
Williams Jr., yeah.
When that bounced from different networks, they kept it for a while. College football uses with ESPN Game Day. Mm-hmm. What's the country group that we're coming to your city?
Oh, Brooks and Dunn?
Yeah, that is stuck for a long time. So
yeah,
how long you hang on to those things, I don't know. But, yeah, this is usually was the crazy time, probably worse because you're just getting some of this stuff which can carry over to, the entire football season and sometimes into the basketball season.
And if you had missed our show Monday, where we announced that we are going to do play-by-play of high school events this year with the brand new Litter Media Radio. Now, I'll tell you, Litter Media Radio is still in the test phase at this moment, and I didn't put any audio on there today, so I don't think there's anything for you to listen to today if you were to search for it. But I will tell you that we will have, for the first time, we'll try to figure out, do we put music with something? Or if we just go ahead and just go cold.
Never thought of that. There's probably rights involved with the music you use.
There's always,
Yeah. But again, this is not video streaming. This is like audio, radio, like the radio. So,
which we have yet to test.
Yeah.
So we've got to go through the test phase on that. I've got to teach Mike how to. First, I have to learn how to put us on, and then teach Mike how to do it. And
a lot of people we talked to out at the fair yesterday was excited about it. I mean, it'll have a lot of the interviews we do. It'll have some news headlines, some sports headlines, maybe even some weather. It's like, hey, this sounds like radio. Duh. Hence, Litter Media Radio.
One of the liners that we have on there right now, when you do have something to listen to, it says, Dan and Mike, like you remember. On the radio.
No.
So only it'll be internet-based. Yeah. So that's the one thing. But there's an app that you'll be able to, on your smartphone, be able to listen to and everything as well and take us where you go.
Absolutely.
So, you have the entire power in your hands. All right. Nothing else?
Nothing special, no special interviews.
Nothing lined up tomorrow?
I don't think we have anything for tomorrow. Of course, we've already... gearing up for next week, the Fairfield County show next Wednesday. We're going to bring back Tom Wilson, the reporter, because he is going to be previewing what's going on in high school sports in Fairfield County.
All right.
Because, again, next week is not only a launch for football, but for a lot of the other fall sports.
Is he coming down, or are we doing
we're going to Zoom because he's got a crazy week just like we do. So
we need to get a hold of John Halley again. See if
that'd be good. Yeah.
And we can do 2 specials in 1 week.
Well, or save him for the next week. We'll only have one game down.
That's true.
We could use the week. So
he's always thinking about what I got.
I'm thinking schedule. Yeah.
But also next week we'll launch the pregame show that we are going to be doing, and that will involve Scott Bartholomew, head coach of the Chillicothe Cavaliers. We're hoping to have the head coach for St. Charles participate in this program as well.
Deke Hocker is his name.
And we may try and bring in some other elements to it as well. We can discuss that a little bit later on. But once we get everything up and rolling with a player of the week and all, it'll pretty much have its own mode. Mm-hmm. It'll kind of run itself. At least that's the hope anyway.
Dream on.
All right. It's lunchtime.
Yeah.
We're going to head out. Enjoy the rest of your day if you're going to the fair. And I have a feeling now that we have a lunch appointment, I probably won't make it to the fair today. But maybe I'll do that tomorrow. So until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Back at you again tomorrow with another edition of Litter Media Live.